guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And welcome back to, it is June 1st, 2025. And we all know what this means. I've already uploaded the decks I got in the month of May. I've already uploaded a week ahead spread. And another thing that I do in the beginning of the new month is a world event spread. I've been doing that like clockwork every month this year. I was starting to do them more and more last year, but this year it was really drilled into my head by higher self, higher beings, I don't know, that I need to do more and more and more of these. And so I decided to do one of these a month at the beginning of the month. And so far, quite a bit of stuff has come to pass. I think last month's was it says it's not taking place till either fall or winter, so we'll keep an eye on that. But there's been other things that I predicted in the month that has already come to pass, already happened. And I'm like, okay. And I just feel like the more and more I do these, the more, first of all, accurate I get, and the more frequent the things are happening. Like, when I first started doing world event spreads, it would be 6-7 months before the event happened. And I was like, oh. Now they're happening within the month that I'm doing the world event spread, or in the next month. So it's coming to pass a lot sooner, because I feel like I'm doing the world event spreads more often. So it's giving me sooner information, if any of that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but that's how I feel it's been going on. So I dedicated myself to do these at the beginning of the month, every month. And this world event spread I got off of Labyrinthos. You just Google world event spread and it will pull you up in their website. Pull it up right to their website. I will, if I remember, because I always forget, post a link below for you. There's 4 questions, 4 cards, and I pulled a deck I've never really used and I don't really get along with. And it's been screaming at me to use it the whole week this week. And now it's been screaming at me to use it for this. So, yeah, it's the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight by Los Garibay. I never used this deck, and now maybe it's time to put my old complaints about this deck aside and see what she has to offer. I'm also using the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle. Behind each of that tarot is one of these cards that I've already pulled ahead of time. I have not looked up anything. So here we go. So for the first card, we have, what is the next world event that will affect the world? And I pulled the Knave of Wands. And it looks like a musician in the desert, singing in the desert. And I almost feel like it's going to be someone famous, singer, that plays an instrument, that gets killed, maybe, passes away. I don't know why or how. That's interesting. What's the Oracle card say? Forgiveness. Wow. I love this Oracle deck. And this, again, feels very much like the same area. Maybe not. This is like an oasis in the desert. Forgiveness. I immediately thought of a plane crash, but at the same time, I mean, there's been a ton of stars that have passed due to plane crashes. And again, I don't watch the news, so I don't take into account anything ahead of time, like nothing ahead of time. I don't know if there's any stars traveling. I don't know if there's anybody. I literally don't have time at my work, my job, to go and find out anything about stars or anything. I don't watch a whole lot of TV like that. I'm too busy. So I don't know if there's anybody on tour. I don't keep up with that stuff. So yeah, and yeah, I want to say it's a male. That's the first time something like this has happened on a world event spread where it's almost pinpointing a specific person, which gets and bleeds into kind of my mediumship abilities. But yeah, I do feel like maybe, I don't know why I feel like I'm torn, because it's going to be sudden, like a plane crash, but I feel like it's some kind of illness underlying too. That's weird. And they are young. A young musician. I don't know if they're singer, but a singer came out when I saw him. Anyway, number 2, where will this happen? 7 of chalices. So we don't care what it says. And again, we're seeing like a spirit version of her. That's weird. We don't care what card it is. We care about what suit it is on this question. So the cups is west, which I live in Kansas City, Missouri. And as soon as I think of famous in the west, it's got to be Hollywood or California somewhere. Maybe they're taking off from California, or they're from California. They don't necessarily have to be taking off from there, but that's, yeah, interesting. And they're on the beach near the water. That makes sense for California. And then for the underlying card, we have play. And again, I got play a musical instrument. Interesting. That's crazy. Anyway, number 3, roughly the time it will happen. And again, this card, we don't have to worry about what card it is, just to know what suit it is. So it's the suit of swords. And swords of spring or dawn. So it's going to be something that happens early in the morning, because we're almost out of spring, or it's about to happen. And again, we have birds flying all in their hair, confused, like she's wearing 2 faces, 3 faces. But we have the birds trying to take off with her hair, flying. Maybe, again, I'm still getting a flying or a plane. And we have had a lot in the last few months of plane crashes that were not necessary, probably. But this one, I feel like there could be a flock of birds that gets in the way, gets in the engine, messes with the engine, something like that. Interesting. This is very specific. I don't know why this very specific thing is coming into the cards like this. It's crazy. I think because I haven't done any mediumship type readings, it's kind of bleeding into this. In a minute. And it's the universe way of getting back at me, I guess. Like you need to be doing mediumship readings. Interesting. And then the card below that is surrender. Ooh, see, I don't like that. And again, we have water, a waterfall. This almost reminds me of New York with the waterfalls. And again, there's stars there too, musicians. Surrender almost makes me feel like they are trapped in, because here he's in Egypt, right? And they're trying to, my stomach just dropped, because what I'm getting is it's someone, famous singer, famous musician. They're over in some other country. They get unalived by people over in this other place, and then they are flown back, which is why there's a plane. Their body is flown back to the U.S., to California, or the West Coast, where they're from. That's... And anytime I'm speaking truth, that something or someone doesn't want me to speak, I start getting choked up. And now I'm getting choked up. Interesting. Yeah, and my head's throbbing all of a sudden. Wow. Last question is, what impact will this have on the world? The Five of Wands, battle, war. So whatever happens to this person, because it's in a way very political, because of where they're located, whatever country they're in, playing in concert or something, they wound up getting taken by militia, something like that, some kind of other government thing. And yeah, and then because of what happens here, this will result in some kind of conflict, and I see war. And then we have reflection on the card for that. And again, this kind of looks like it could be in that area of here. Conflict. It will result in some kind of conflict. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the U.S. in conflict with someone. Of course, I feel like here lately, we're always in conflict with someone. But this will do this. And you know what? This doesn't even have to be an American musician. It could be just maybe his summer home is in LA, or but I see it is someone young, it is someone with a lot of money, and this person, because this person where they're at gets unalived the way he does, it will affect the countries around him where it happens, and that will cause other countries around where he was last seen to go to battle with each other. Interesting. That gives me full body chills. I hate doing these spreads just because, or these world event spreads, just because it freaks me out. Because I don't want to be scrolling through TV and see something on the news that I predicted, and then it happens, but it happens more often than it doesn't. Which is why every time I do one of these, it freaks me out when I'm doing the video. But I am trying to use this deck that I don't get along with, the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, because I'm getting over something with it. And I can tell you through this spread alone, I see none of the animosity that I had with this deck prior. So I think I am over it, and maybe I just needed time to get over what I went through with this deck initially. And now I moved past it, and we can move on from here. But that's the spread I have for you guys. It's never light mood, nothing. Ever. But I appreciate you guys for staying if you're still there this long. 14 minutes in. If you have heard anything on the news at all related to any of this, let me know in the comments. Because I am always curious if my predictions are coming true. But yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night.